Good morning, my SPY options heirs, options millionaires. What's going on? 8:30 Central Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern, and I'm back. Market is bright green after the CPI released about 5 right now. And look what's going on here. The market's crazy. It looks like I haven't missed too much. We've been chopping in this range for the past 3 days, it seems, doing my little research because I didn't pay attention to nothing the past 3 days. So now that I'm back, I'm looking back. Spent some time just kind of wrapping things up this past morning. And now, of course, we're bouncing off that 420 level in pre-market. And here we are chugging along, 423.23. And from what I saw is that we've rejected this level twice, right at where we are now. So we've been hovering along, oscillating around this POC. And here we are right up the 423.30 level and approaching that right again. Currently looking at the June 14th, 424 calls. That's what I've got dialed up. How's everybody doing? It's good to see everybody back again. Man, I'm energized. Recuperated. One of the best vacations of my entire life. So it's good to have everybody back. What's up, Armin? Howard's up? BHE, what's going on, man? I love the flag. Love the flag. Thanks, Chief. How's it going, man? I did enjoy the vacation. Man, if you have not been to Yosemite National Park, it is a diamond, an absolute diamond. I can't believe something like that actually exists. What's up, Bob Blah Blah? Currently at 423.11, punctured the 1 month POC right here on the uptrend after the news came out. And it appears like the past 3 days we've been just oscillating right around the POC, up and down, nothing real crazy. And here, I'm curious to see how we'll interact with this little mid 423s level we've rejected a few times. What's up, Ian? How's it going? Daily success. It was amazing vacation. I've always dreamed of going to Yosemite, and now I get to share that with my kids, so it was pretty phenomenal. Man, we got an awesome community too. I was waiting for all this momentum to shake out here. We got an awesome community. We all know that how hard Luca, our main mod, works, our head mod, how hard he works, and we were able to put together a little fund to help him get out of a rough situation and kind of say thank you for all his hard work. So this community got together, rallied, and got him some funds to help him. It's awesome community. All right, so the 1 minute chart here, just we popped up here to the 423, and now just got a little red forming here. So let's take a look around the market. Tech sector popped up and then gapped down right here, the Qs, and here we are. Just look around. All right. So their Qs are right here on their POC too, and let's take a look at energy. I just want to look and see kind of what the whole market sentiment is doing. FANG is up. Everything's up about 0.25%. Nothing crazy green. Energy is way up, but everything's up about 0.25%. 0.2, 0.25, 0.5, right around that range. So not crazy green, but still green. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix a few things right here. It's got a little technical stuff going on here since I've been gone for so long with this crappy computer I've got. 1 minute. All right. Can everybody hear me in the? I just joined the Patreon chat room. Sorry, I forgot about that one. Just let me know if you can't hear me. So it's a very Sorry about it. It's a very exciting morning because not only do we have Luca's awesome fun that we generated, but right behind me is my brand new computer setup, all in a bunch of boxes. I've got the motherboard, the hard drive, I've got everything. I've got my brand new monitors ready to go, ready to set up. So my tech guy's going to come over, we're going to build this thing, and we're going to get off to the races so I can give y'all a lot of new content because this computer I'm using sucks. It sucks. It's the reason why I didn't do a pre-market video this morning because I tried to restart my computer and it took 45 minutes. Anyway, back to the SPY here. Right here, we've got these big green candles after the few red, pumped up to the 423.96, but we're about to touch the 424. And once I see that we are not going to sell off or anything or take profits, I'll look at entering some calls because this does look looking pretty strong. Everything just went from 0.25 and shot up to 0.3 or 0.75%. So things are definitely looking very bullish today. Patreoners, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Awesome stuff. We actually gained a lot of new Patreons while I was gone, so I didn't have to do anything, and y'all still come out and support the community. So I can't express how amazing it is that y'all are still supporting the community and you want to do that. So let's take this thing to a new high, and let's join and let's grow the community, man. I love it. I love people wanting to learn, especially all the videos I was able to release. 424.17. Wow, we finally broke the all-time high range, and they're up to 424.17 after a massive bounce on 420.54 in pre-market action. Crazy stuff. Yep, you're right, Chris. It was whack. 424.70 or 20. I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel you, Corey. I've been using this I've got a 34-inch monitor hooked up to a laptop I've been using, and finally got all the parts. The big holdup was the graphics card. I was finally able to get one of those, and now we're gonna put together a computer. So I love it. 424.23. That's some crazy stuff. Well, I had the June 14th 424 calls up. So looking at that now, I'm going to just feel out the first 30 minutes of the day. This is pretty strong stuff. So I'm going to wait for the first 30 minutes and see how things go. See if it's going to be a trend day or a range day. If anybody watched my video on the ranges, setting the ranges, you know how I manipulate those and how I set those. And see it go from there. Nice, good. Nice job, blah, blah, blah. Quick 10%. I love it. That's right, Sheldon. You can't predict that stuff. All right, today we're going to be looking at the financial and tech sector to see how they bounce off each other. And speaking of which, I've decided to start looking at some QQQ stuff behind the scenes. I'll be testing my theories and my stuff on Q's trades as well as SPY. And once I find that I can maintain the same level of success I have with SPY, then we'll look into expanding our SPY only strategy into ETFs, which means just SPY and QQQ. So we'll see about that. Hey, Mikhail, when you've got a large spike like this, with low volume, with the volume dying off, you can predict some sort of pullback. However, we've had a pretty large influx of buying volume. And we have this last candle is just starting to putter off. So we'll see how this rolls. This will be very interesting. Night Frog, what's up, man? Thank you for the $2 contribution. Awesome stuff. Thank you for the super chat. He's always coming out to support the community. So thank you very much. All right. Right now, he's asking, what is the watch list? Let's come in here. I'm going to draw it up right here. Tentatively right now, and this is my watch list for today. Let's look at June 14. I'm going to go June 14. Currently at 424. I'm going to set it at 425 just because I'm not sure how this thing is going to roll and I'll set that for now. And then let's look at it's 424. Look at the deltas here for that. 422. See, I'm going to go with 422 puts. Those are going to be my two things right there. So just one green right after another here as we're starting to just rage. The XLF sector sold off here, and looks like it's still on the descent. Let's keep a close eye on that. Tech sector is absolutely raging, which I'm sure Q is following suit, and yes, it is. Q is just absolutely beasting, and it's taking the SPY with it. Taking the SPY with it. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, we'll test that out and. Yeah, see how that goes. I think there'll be some good some good results. I'm expecting good results with it. I mean, I've had some success in the past with the Qs, but since I traded this, obviously I haven't traded the Qs, so I'm curious to test this out on that. Good job, Mark. 13% now. That's good stuff. Nice, Chris. Yeah, it's a good little strategy there. Yeah, I'm very happy to get this computer rolled out because it's so frustrating trying to be able to turn out good content for y'all, and I can't do it because the computer takes me an hour to render a 6-minute video. So now that I've got a decent computer, I can start knocking this stuff out a little more efficiently and be more efficient with my time. That's the thing. My time is not efficient with that computer. Pretty state machine, good stuff. Good. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people wanting me to do this on the Qs, so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to roll this out. And just basically see how I can give you another product, another list. So. All right, so we're starting to top here. Let's see whether the volume is diminishing. I'm very curious if there'll be some profit taking here. But once again, we've got 20 minutes we set our ranges, and that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm not going to play this FOMO stuff. I'm going to wait to see if it breaks out of ranges and forms a trend, and maybe we go up to 426, or do we bounce off and form a range day after this initial pop? And that's what I'm going to be looking for. You don't want to FOMO and buy calls up here, and then the red candle just wipes you out. So we're going to be smart, especially on a news play like this. This is a news play. This whole CPI news, this is what's driving this. All right, so right here, this is the 5-minute chart. Definitely looking still green on the squeeze Momo here. And I'm going to the session ranges. I'm going to keep the session ranges off until 9:05 Eastern, or I'm sorry, Central. All right, and there's a little first red there on the 5 minutes. Go to the 3-minute right here. So right there, the 424 to 49 is the largest they popped here. And I'm going to set a line just for a visual aid here. A little high, a little high. Let's come down right there. It's good. So tempted to buy puts right now. I am too, but I'm going to wait until the 9:05 my time, Central Time, just so we can set our ranges. So the financial sector is heavily weighed right now. It popped up in pre-market here, but it's starting to roll. So the tech sector is definitely what's holding up spot right now. Correct, Corey. Yeah, 821.34. That's right. Yeah, so just be careful. If you are going to elect to take puts here on this top, just be careful because, when the printer turns on, which it just did, it's ridiculous how high SPY can go. Like this could be a 430 type event. So just be careful. Don't try to time the top. Don't try to anticipate a downturn when there's no downturn to be had. So I'm waiting for the 9:05 time, which is another 20 minutes. 9:05, which is 10:05 Eastern, 9:05 Central. So we got another 20 minutes until we set the ranges. Once we do, then we can start playing. Okay, here's the ranges. Let's see how it interacts. Then we have something concrete that we can go on. All right, so I'm going to switch over to the Qs and see how things are going there. I just want to be very cognizant of the whole market now, especially in a move like this. How is the whole market accepting this? The VIX, way down, 16.6, way off a cliff after going 18.29. And let's take a look around FANG here, see how they're reacting. All very similar. All the charts look identical, except for Facebook's. All doing the same thing. The Qs, same thing. Off to the races. What's up, Ezekiel? No problem, man. Thanks for being here. Department of Car State Repair, how's it going? Yeah, XLF is the only thing that's tanking right now. Let's look at the 10-year or the 20-year bonds. Big time increase here, but the VIX is down as well. Take a look at the XLF there. XLF can't find a bottom. It says down, giving up all its pre-market gains. So yeah, if you look at the 1 month chart, let's come into the 1 month. This POC has been a sticking point for the past 3 days, just right here, just oscillating around, and we finally popped through the highs, and currently at 424.33 after being stuck at this mid 423 level. Thanks, Moonlight. What's going on? Jeremy, how's it going? It is good to be back, man. I loved my vacation. I feel energized. I feel rejuvenated. Amazing, amazing vacation. So appreciate the questions. So yeah, if you got anything for me, throw it at me. If you got any questions, concerns. If you're new, I know we got a lot of new members. I think we had 200 people to the YouTube over the past few weeks. So yeah, go over and join the Discord if you're not already there. Like and subscribe to this video and this channel so you get all notifications, live stream, and all the cool new educational videos I got rolling out. Got a lot of stuff in the works. And of course, if you're a Patreon subscriber, today releases the part 2 or the episode 2 of the podcast. And so be on the lookout for that. We're going to be releasing those every Thursday going forward. If you're not a part of the Patreon and would like to be, I'll post the link here so you can click on that. It's also down in the description of this video too. So that's a good way to hand back to the community, give back to the community, help it grow, maintain, do a lot of maintenance on the server, put out new videos and stuff like that. It all goes back to you. It's a part of making this the OM brand reach out everybody and help others. Help others. There you go, Howard. Thank you. That's right, Department of Car State Repair. That's awesome. That's awesome. I do, be Smitty. I do. It's just a lot of people in here, most people cannot trade the SPX because of their funding. So that's why I don't publicly trade the SPX. All right, watch list is posted in the OM Only Plays room. Yeah, that POC is, it's there's a reason why it's there. It's not just a line like a lot of indicators. It's based on volume at price, which is a very, very strong indicator. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, that's right, Bob. Blah, blah. Luca now posted that he has enough to finally get out of the favelas, which is incredible thing. So I hate that he had to live there, and I'm glad now we can help him get out of that. He does a lot of hard work, and I do pay him. Sure, I do help. For out of this OM thing. But until it grows, unfortunately, it's not enough to live on. So it's the community is reaching out and helping him, and it's an awesome thing. It's an awesome thing. Help him get out of there. You bought puts, Cammy. Nice. I'm not going to say it's a bad play yet. Not yet. All right. Yeah. So Ian's. Yeah. I don't do predictions. What Nightfrog said. I don't do predictions. I don't like try to predict anything. I play what's in front of me. However, what I'm looking here is what I'm anticipating is well. First, I've got another 15 before I set the ranges here. So I don't make any predictions usually until I have some concrete information in front of me. Right now, obviously, this is very a euphoric buy. XLK is up. XLF is selling off, and it still can't find a bottom. So this is going to pull down SPY eventually. It's going to at least weigh it down. It says it's too heavy. XLK on the Q's tech sector is popping, and now what I'm going to look for is how do we react off this little double top here. Now this line doesn't mean anything right now; it's just visual aid at this point. Until we have our range set, which is another 15 minutes. A lot can happen in 15 minutes. This is just a visual aid to see where the top is, and I'm going to see how it reacts around this level. Do we going to consolidate here? Who knows? I look at a couple of different scenarios to start forming my strategy. One strategy is that we pop off and come back down. Another strategy is now that we've popped, we consolidate right here and chop for the rest of the day in a range. Another strategy is we blow through and go up to 426 or 427. No, Nightfrog, I'm keeping it right here. This is where I want it, 425. So, for now. I will adjust depending on this. Because the reason why is because I guess I'm pricing in consolidation right now. That's what I'm putting my money on. That's why I'm going with the 425s. And then if we do reach up, I'll go for the 427s. What's up, Michael? No problem. Thanks for being here. Yeah, 427s will be in the back. Mike Nightfrog. That's right. Yep. Sideways stocks and call and options do not mix unless you're the one selling those, Ian. So you would unless you're playing theta, yeah, sideways does not go well with options. You'll get decayed into the ground, especially if you're doing low liquidity stocks that are very, very volatile. It's no good. Nap says, what's the easiest, quickest way of roughly estimating change in option price? That'll be the delta. If you look at the delta for every $1 in SPY price change, you'll get that amount of change in your premiums. So if your delta is 25 cents and your premiums are $1, your premiums will increase 25% with a $1 move in SPY. So the delta is the quickest way to do that. Calls, Sierra. 427 calls. You're welcome, Naps. Theta is your best friend. Absolutely. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Currently 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Market's been up for about 30 minutes. Back after a nice vacation. You're trading based on the 1 minute trading data. Why not use? Nope. I trade off the 3 and the 5 minute. It does. The gamma changes the delta. So you're very right, Nemesis. You have to convert. You have to put those together. But for a base level, if you just want to look at it, the delta works fine. But then, yeah, obviously delta does change the gamma does change the delta. The high-low of the candle, Corey. I set my range lines based on the high-low of the candle in the first 35 minutes of the day. So another 10 minutes we'll be setting those ranges. Currently back to the high of what we set earlier today at 424.50-ish. Right in that level. Good questions. I like y'all coming out with the questions. Good stuff. It shows me that you care and you want to learn stuff. Amazing stuff. It does not, Luis. Yeah, I don't look at it like that. That's because I try to anticipate the underlying price movement here. So That's why I buy the calls and I set the deltas that I do, because I'm anticipating, like, if I do anticipate more upside, if we do pop the top of the range and become a range day, we can look for, all right, 426 is going to be in play, and that's what I'll be looking at. I don't really care that it's already gone up 110% or whatever. I look at the underlying price. Yeah, Michael, I use the 3 and 5 minute data because it shows me more trend. The 1 minute chart, 30-second data doesn't show me anything except instantaneous data, an instantaneous point in time. It's too quick. Whereas the 3 and 5 minute shows me more of a trend. It's more confirmatory action. MMA hype, what's up? Yeah, it was incredible. I don't know if this is the first time I've ever been to Yosemite, but I've been wanting to go my entire life. It's been like kind of one of those bucket list items, and I was able to take my family this time. And yeah, when you come around, you go through the tunnel view, and you first see the El Capitan for the first time. It's incredible. There's nothing that can prepare you for that sight. It's like anything I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing. That's right, Nemesis. Yep. And I do have a Greeks video explaining all that. If y'all are interested in learning a little more about the Greeks, go over to my YouTube channel and take a look at the educational content there. And one of the first videos I posted was about the Greeks. And the Greeks does a great job of explaining how the Greeks are manipulated, how they change, how gamma affects delta, the vega, all that stuff. What's the number one to see except El Capitan? Man, everything. It's hard. It's hard. El Capitan was my favorite just because it's mind blowing. But the Yosemite Falls is incredible. I went up to Taft Point. Like I said, me and my wife renewed our vows there. So we renew our vows right on top of Taft Point. So we went to Taft Point, which is incredible. The 5,000 foot cliff you could look down, Half Dome was awesome. We went to Mirror Lake, just incredible. When I hiked to the bottom of El Cap, and there was a huge problem with some mosquitoes. But other than that, it's nothing. So yeah, it's an awesome vacation. Highly recommend it. Yeah, no problem. I'm okay, Nugget. I'm glad you liked them. Time for puts yet? Almost. Not yet. I'm going to let this thing play out first. Vernal Falls is awesome. Yeah, it was closed this time for maintenance. They're doing a lot of controlled burns out there. All right, XLK. Got a little red right there. The Qs right here. Financial sector still can't find a bottom. Just going down. Let's see if it could test yesterday's lows. I'm sorry, yesterday's closing. But lows are way down here, 37.67. So got a little bit for that. All right, that one's down. Go back to the SPY in the 3 minute chart. I don't, Corey. I don't free solo. Yeah, that's not for me. So yeah, we are starting to get a little red up here because we had this strong action. And there's going to be some bag holders here that can get tired of holding the bag. So you have to think about the psychology around things, how the market, how other people are acting as well. I'm sure there's a lot of FOMO, a lot of buying. And here we are consolidating. There's going to be some profit taking if this maintains. But do you want to wait for confirmatory price action? Because we could always pop the top of the range and go higher easily because it happened on the 25th of May. We consolidate top of the range and we go on forward. So there's a couple things to think about how we act. So now we want to wait for the candles to confirm our thesis one way or the other. Sigma, I haven't heard about that. No. So what I'm looking for because XLF is down, and that could be what stalled the SPY up here because the Qs, XLK are all popped in right here. If the XLF does find a bid and come up here while the VIX stays down, that's the key component there is that VIX. SPY could climb higher, and that's what I'm watching for. We got another 5 minutes till we set the ranges here. I think it's safe to say that we found the low, for at least for the morning range, which is right there. I'm going to set that a little thicker. And I'll turn on the session range watch, or the indicator once we hit that range. It could be, Dominic. It could be. What's going on? Good morning, Nick. Buck, how's it going? You enjoyed the podcast. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to watch that. And that second one comes out today, so if you are still looking for that second one, it comes out today. Later on this afternoon, I'll be putting that second episode number 2 of the podcast coming out. I'm glad y'all enjoy it. I took 1 million photos of Yosemite. Way too many, Devin. Yeah, I'll post them. I'll throw them up at the Patreon. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. 424.54. Puncturing the top of the high of this morning's high. Got 3 minutes till we form the morning ranges. That's a little too thick. I'm going to make this a little smaller. The topic of the first episode was just an overall, how I came into things. It was just like a pilot intro, just get things rolling. Definitely stretching our legs. More of an intro episode. It's kind of some of the components, Nick. Some of the components. How do you distinguish between a range day and a trend day? Great question. Also, talked about that in my video of how to do the session ranges, posted on Tuesday. So in the morning, which we're almost there, this will be moved up here once we hit 905 officially, right about there. So we set our range lines in the first 35 minutes of the day. And then we see how the price interacts. So if we bounce off these lines and come down and then bounce off this, if you stay inside this range, it's a range day. You can pop out a little bit, but as long as we come back to the range, that's a range day. A trend day is if you pop down and keep on going down, or pop up and keep on going up. You're trending up or trending down. And these range lines help us identify just that, because if it is a range day, you can play the ranges. So if this fails and comes down, I can reasonably assume that I'm going to expect some sort of manipulation right here, and potentially play some calls after the price is confirmed, and play it back up and just play right here in this little range. Good question. Good question. How does VIX being down play into SPY? So you're looking at the volatility there. And most of the time it correlates inversely. So as VIX is down, SPY is up, and the other way around. And the reason why, because in this market, whenever there's a high level of volatility, it brings it down, because usually it's bad news. Or it's some sort of huge selling problem, because right up here, when a lot of volatility comes in the market, and a lot of pressure comes in the market, it comes in the form of selling. So when you get the volatility spike, you get this huge selling volume come in, and SPY tanks. That's why you have to watch VIX very closely. All right, XLF is starting to find a little base here at the bottom. All right, so the VWAP is climbing up along with the price here. 8 EMA, 21s are both separated way high, of course, as to be expected. That's on the Qs, though. Let's go to SPY. And the VWAP is way high. It's above the 8. Man, that's crazy. So you got 8, 21, 34 all upwards, which is very bullish, of course. Starting to round over a little bit, not much, and then the VWAP is way up here as well, which is crazy to see. Crazy to see. Let's move this down here. What's up, Cammy? Yeah, I had a fantastic vacation. Thank you. Thank you. Much needed. Yep, so if you look back here, let's take a look. On this day right here, I think this was it. Let's see if this was it. Yeah, so SPY did this. It came up, it popped, and it consolidated here for a while. From 833, so it popped big on this big candle, and then stayed here, consolidated. A big red candle, and then right at 9:05 when we formed our ranges, we popped through, we blasted through, and look what happened the rest of the day. So we consolidated for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes here. So that's what I'm looking for. So that's why consolidation at the top of range does not mean we formed a top. It just means we're consolidating. And that's why you have to wait for confirmatory price action to tell you whether to take puts or calls. If we do reject this, obviously there might be some downwards pressure. Take some puts and write it down, but you want to wait for confirmation. Because this thing, it's stuck right to the top of the range here, which sellers aren't stepping in. So this thing, the buyers could say, okay, it's staying here. Let's buy this thing back up. Boom, under 426. You're right, Sheldon. Yeah, that's a pretty big range to play. I like it. It's about $1.50 range. Never traded the beach. All right, it is 9:07, so we definitely passed the SEF range. I'm going to go ahead and set that back up, and I'm going to delete these lines right here. So Laughlin, thank you for him. He created the sets of ranges indicator, which all it does is automatically set our lines for us. So you can see that now indicated as yellow right there. And the afternoon will be blue. Did I draw the yellow line bottom? No, that's the POC, Anthony. On a volume profile, that's called the point of control, which is the largest node of volume in the entire indicator. And it's time frame dependent. It'll change. So this is the 1 day. If you go out to the 1 minute, you see it changes to, the 1 month, it changes as well. So it just tells you where the largest influx of volume is at a certain price. You live at the beach. Nice, nice. Volume profile settings, they're just the basic settings. Here they got the 200, 550. So if you go to the COG inputs, that's all it is. Just the basic inputs. The VWAP, those are the settings there. I turned off all the, because this guy had a whole bunch of line. I couldn't find a good view, and it was hard to find a VWAP that I actually liked because there was crap all over it. It was like, it had standard deviations and lines, and a whole bunch of other crap on there I didn't want. So it was hard for me to find a VWAP that I actually wanted. I just picked this one here because it was just one line, and it correlated with what I usually use. All right, so got a little red coming in here. XLF. Still has a bottom. The Qs. Right at the top. XLK. SPY. So 3-minute chart, we got a little bit of selling volume. There's selling volume coming in right here. Not much. Still downward. Yeah. The low right now is 422.94, and the high is at 424.62. Those are the range. 422.94, 424.62. You're welcome, New Zealand. I'll take a look, Dave. I'll take a look. Nice, Cammy. Well done on the puts. So it looks like people got tired of holding up in that consolidation here. They're going to let some of these go. The Qs are starting to go down a little. XLK, XLF as well broke through their session lows. So be careful here. Be careful here. SPY. All right, so it's cool. I'm always watch this 21 indicate the 21 EMA, and then on the 5 EMA, if you watch the 8, I'm sorry, the 5, and if you watch the 8 EMA, it's usually a good trampoline on trend day. We're popping below it right now, so I'm very curious to see how it's going to act on the 8, and we also popped through the VWAP. Potentially, Cami. So what I'll look for, if this is going to be a range day and pop down, I'll play the bounce off the bottom. That'll give me the good confirmation, because if I see green forming, I'll take calls and just ride it up, and then play it all sorts. So right now we're right in the middle of the range. We're still in that range. We're still in that level where this can get bought up. So I want to see it play the range. By the way, I tried In-N-Out Burger for the first time this week. Never been to the West Coast, so finally tried that. It's amazing. It was amazing. All right, so right on the 21 EMA on the 3 minute. Let's take a look at the 5 and pop through the 8 and kind out the 21 on the 5 minute chart. And that's what I'm looking for. Let's switch over to the Qs. Let's start talking about the Qs a little bit more, since we're potentially going to be playing those. So it's starting to cool off on the 5 minute chart. Walking hand in hand with XLK. It's leading. The XLK is leading a little bit, and the Qs is starting to sell off here. Coming down to the 8 EMA there as well. Never had Portillo's, Zenrock. Yeah. Never heard of Portillo's though. Five Guys is fantastic. Five Guys, if you haven't had Five Guys, it's unbelievable. So, what did I get? I got a single and some fries. So the whole family, I said we all got the same thing: singles and fries. All right, the Q's bouncing off the ADMA here. SPY. It is. Five Guys is pricing. All right, so we popped through the 8 on the downtrend here. Just looking for the 21. Looking for the 21. Is it Portillo's or Portillo's? I'm assuming with two L's, you got the Portillo. It sounds, I don't know. I could be wrong. I was taking some liberty there. All right, so on the 5 minute, got the screen candle forming here. Let's go to the 3. Let's delete that because I put that in the Discord. Delete. And we bounced cleanly off the 21. So that's exactly why I want to wait, because I don't want to buy puts here. Never buy the middle of the range. Of course, you remember the old red smiley faces. It's Spanish. Use the Spanish rules to pronounce it. Is it Spanish? If it is, then I was right. You boy LaCroix. Thank you. Thank you. At this point, Ellie, I'm not going to say it. It looks like a range day. It looks like this whole pop exhausted, and now we're just going to play this range all morning. I'm curious to see how this goes from here. So right here, you never want to play it. And y'all remember, you never play that right there. Red. Never play the middle of the range. No bueno. No bueno. No trade zone. So if y'all remember last week, I sent out the first batch of stickers, of the Options Millionaire stickers. If you are interested, shoot me your information over there. I'm collecting right now in Venmo, and I'm setting up a Shopify as well to sell all future merchandise. But yeah, sent out a bunch last week. If you wanted more, just let me know. We'll get them sent out to you. So the E did. Oh man, look at the E's. Energy is tanking after going pretty strong in pre-market and trading hours. K is doing the same thing as Q and SPY. XLF still can't find a bottom. Down, down, down. Take a look at the VIX. VIX is bottoming out here. Be careful with the VIX. Be careful with the VIX. That could smoke you. I don't. I use the fib retracement, brethren. I use a fib retracement. Because K is too strong. Tech is raging this thing up right now, Bob. And XLK is a much larger percentage than the F. So. But it will play effect. If it keeps doing that, it will have effect. So just be careful of it. All what has to happen is VIX increases. And down we go. So if we get a pop in VIX, SPY will come down. So that's why you have to be careful on days like today. Especially this low volume stuff. I mean, you see this low volume right there. Decreasing volume. Good questions, though. Man, y'all are awesome. I love when y'all ask good questions. Makes me think that you're learning, that you want to learn. The good news is I think the dry air out on the West Coast finally dried up all my sinuses. So that was great. This will be a key moment in the next 5 to 10 minutes to see how this thing plays out. I'd prefer not to have a snooze fest on my first day back, but hey, we'll play it as it comes. All right, another red candle. Let's watch the test of the 21. I'm going to just expand this a little bit. I just want to see some movements here. Yosemite is on the West Coast. Yep, it's on. It's in California. Popping through the 21. Big candle here. Big candle. So the Q and the Ks are definitely propped here. Q's not following suit with the Ks yet. Spent too much time on this. Thank you. Yeah, you're very welcome, man. It's all about patience. You know, if someone could put one word on my, or I guess two words, because I kind of watched hand in hand on my strategy, it would be patience and risk tolerance or risk aversion. So patience being number one. Very patient. I try to find the exact right point. Sometimes, you know, I don't follow that, obviously, you know, but most of the time I try to be very patient and find the right point. When do I switch from the 3 to 5 minute chart? I just go back when I'm entering, when I see price movements, when I see things shifting, or when I'm about to enter a trade, I go between the 3 and the 5 to confirm my price action, to confirm my entry, my thesis. I check out the 1 every now and then just to see what the candles are doing, just to see how the price is acting on a small scale. But the 3 minute is what's going to start to show me trend, and then I go to the 5, and then I'll even go to the 15 to say, okay, well, how are things rolling? Big green candle. Now we're on the downtrend on the 15 minute. Still fire on the squeeze moment on the 15 minute, but 2 big red candles on the 5 minute chart, on the 15 minute chart. Was that the room? No, that was my cappuccino maker, or that coffee machine. Good job, Bob. Yep. Theta, playing theta is a great idea for range days. So, for sure. Whole different strategy altogether. So the SPY's just hanging out right in the middle of the range, right in the middle of the range. $374 people watching today. Try to get that up to 600. Looks like some people are taking some time off since I was on vacation. Need to get that up to 600. You're right, MMA. Got to be careful with those. Yeah, I will eventually make some videos on data strategies. Absolutely. Yeah. Not yet, Mick. Nick says XLE and F are selling off. Wouldn't have been a good idea to get into puts. Not yet, because XLF is down big. SPY is still only down a few points off the top high. So, you know, I'm not looking to take puts yet. I want confirmation. Could you have made a couple of percentage points on puts here? Yeah, for sure. But I'm not. That's not confirmatory for me. I want a bigger move. I want to play the bounce off here, or the bounce off here, or I want to play a trend. I want to shoot for the best position that's going to make me 25, 30%. But I'll be happy taking 5 or 10%. It's kind of like aim small, miss small. If you set yourself up properly and wait for the proper entry, where you could maximize your chances for a 15, 20, 30, 40% profit, then 5 and 10% is easy. It's easy work. So if you shoot for 5 or 10%, then you're going to come up short 1 to 2% or take a loss. So shoot for the 15, 20, 30, but be happy taking 5 or 10%. Absolutely, Aaron. Yeah, I'll release one of those. Eric says, found your stream right before vacation. Not actively trading, but learning a ton. Thank you. Good stuff, Eric. Thank you for being here. Thanks for finding the channel and hanging out. It's a lot of good stuff to learn, man. A lot of cool strategies, cool people to learn from, and good strategies. A lot of good education. I was thinking about going to Yosemite and Grand Canyon in late August. Does anyone know what it's like there? I would assume hot. I don't know about the Grand Canyon, but yellow dots are the morning ranges I set. Yep, absolutely. And you see it did increase here, but it levels out right at 9:05, and it doesn't adjust anymore after 9:05 Central. Ezekiel, yeah, buddy, 425 calls. You made 10% on those. Man, you can take 10% all day, every day, baby. Yeah. That is not a custom-made volume profile. If you go to the volume indicator, or you go to the indicators tab, and just type in VP, KV4 coins. This is one I use. Volume profile. Simple. Are we about to get the Italian pinch? Possibly. If we curl up, we'll get that pinch. That's the technical term. Lothlin, if you're in the Discord, you'll see Lothlin. He was the one that was kindly made the session ranges indicator. So just based on our forming in the morning, it automatically forms our morning and afternoon ranges. Any ideas for my next vacation? It's interesting, man. It's interesting. My wife is a big traveler, and she has pulled me out of my cage to go traveling. And I think the next step is out. Like, I want to go skiing in Italy. A lot of people that, of course, a lot of people I was deployed with, they said they went skiing in Italy, and after I told them my stories about skiing in Vail, they said you got to go skiing in Italy. So I think that's going to be one of the next ones next year. B-Rad, did you make sure you got extended hours on? Because it does take in extended hours. Nick, I would love to go to Iceland. I would absolutely love to go to Iceland. So if you are from Iceland and listening, well done in a nice country. All right, red candle right here through the 21 EMA on the 3-minute chart. Let's switch over to the 5, right through the 8, dropping down. QQQ, doing the same. XLK on the downtrend. You went to Iceland, is absolutely amazing. I would love to go there. Of course, you know my big CrossFit history. Me being a CrossFitter a while back, you know, I was always focused on Iceland because a lot of crazy athletes come out of Iceland, crazy good athletes. But ever since then, I've always wanted to go. All right, currently coming right down on the 21 EMA here on the 5-minute chart. Let's see what the Qs are doing. Qs are right at the 8. And now we're just waiting. Kind of a boring morning so far after that big pop. I would love to go to Japan just by the food alone. I'm a huge fan of Japanese food. So, like sushi. I just love Japanese, at least the Americanized version of Japan. I'm sure actual Japanese food is different from Americanized Japanese food, but I would love to go to Japan. All right, so cool stuff, man. If y'all are new, while we have a little break in the action, waiting for the range to form, or waiting for the action to play in the range, I should say. If you are new to the channel, come over and join the Discord, man. A lot of cool people. We're about 5,600 people. I think we finally hit. Approaching 9,000 on Reddit. We're growing about 1,000 every 2 weeks. So that seems to be the trend, about 1,000 every week to 2 weeks. So come over and join the Discord. A lot of cool people, a lot of resources to learn from. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Of course, we got an Instagram account that we're starting to build, options.millionaire. Just go over and join that Instagram account. And then, of course, we got a TikTok, but I can't really start rolling out TikTok videos until I get this new computer set up. I just don't have the resources to do TikTok videos at the moment. But it's coming, so join me at TikTok Options Millionaire. A lot of cool things in the works, man. A lot of cool stuff going behind the scenes. I can't wait to roll out and show y'all and grow the community. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. XLF still can't find a bottom. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. All right, XLF, or XLK, I'm sorry. Getting a little green. Qs are getting a little green. So here's my thinking. Tentative strategy from Options Millionaire. By the way, I don't like calling myself Options Millionaire. I know y'all, that's the moniker y'all have given me. And I guess, based on my name, obviously. But shortly I'll be using my real first name. I just don't like being Options Millionaire, so... Anyway, currently right in the middle of the range. We are, I'm not going to trade the middle of the range, especially with this low volume nonsense. And I'll be waiting to see if we can play at the top. If it comes up, I'll be watching closely to play puts. If it comes at the bottom, the other way around. So trend days usually don't act like this. They don't hang out right here. They usually hang out one side or the other and then pop up or down. Jebediah, my name is not Jebediah. Steve, Scooby Steve. You're a geologist by trade. So Iceland was our literally version of the Mecca. Nice. Nice. Man, speaking of geology, Nick, like seeing the granite at Yosemite, it's incredible. It's incredible. Like we took a couple of pieces of a small granite home that the airlines would have let us take, but seeing just a huge monolith of solid granite, unbelievable. Unbelievable. By far the best trading chat I've ever been. Thanks, Jonathan. Thank you for being here, man. Luke P said, bobsled in Jamaica. I would love to bobsled in Jamaica. Switching it up to Options Billionaire. I'd love it. Nope, name's not Tyrone. New Zealand, that would be an awesome trip. Buying a crappy car and driving all over the country. That would be awesome. Nope. I couldn't convince the wife to do camping for 3 days. She would love to, but because we were renewing our vows, we had to dress up fancy and do some hiking and stuff. So I couldn't convince her to do hiking this one. But the next time we go to Yosemite, I'm bringing out my hammock. Thanks, Peter. Something exactly Jebediah would say. I love it, Ali. All right, so we have currently snoozed out here, man. After a big bullish action in the morning, we're trading right in the middle of the range here. I do appreciate all of our mods at Luca and Veteran, all these people that have come out to support the community while I was gone. At first I was freaking out. I was like, man, I just started this OM thing, and now I've got to step away for 3 days, and I really wanted to enjoy this vacation because I've been looking forward to this my entire life. But then I felt like I just need to trust the mods, man. They did a great job. I went back, I tried to monitor a little bit at night. We had very little to no service at all for 3 days, and I tried to take a look at everything and talk to Luca whenever I could, get service. And then, of course, this morning I went back and looked, and they did a great job. And Luca did an awesome job. Veteran, awesome wealth of information that he's very generous of sharing. And then the mods, all of our mods, Howard and everyone did everything. Awesome stuff. So I appreciate y'all learning and using the values that I've tried to teach to go forward without me. It's just kind of taking the trading wheels off. Which time frame do I look for confirmation of the squeeze Momo? That's a loaded question, Devery. A loaded question. The squeeze Momo, it depends on the specific action. If you have a lot of like this, if you had a lot of movement like this very quickly, the 5 minute will be too lagging to make a play off of. You got to look to at least 3 minute, and vice versa. If it's slow, kind of uptrending stuff, then yeah, I'll use the 5 minute for the squeeze Momo. But 3 and the 5 I go back and forth on. You made 40% of trend day while I was gone. Nice, good job, Henny. I got smoked by GME puts. Yeah, we don't play GME. Just the implied volatility alone is what is good enough reason for me to stay away from that crap. That's awesome stuff, Eric. I would love to do all that. You fell off your bike yesterday. Not good, Ben. And you got smoked by GME puts. Not a good day. Veteran and Luke are the bee's knees. They are. They are. Good department cost repair. That means I picked some good mods to handle our community. So it makes me feel good. Have you discussed your strategy decision to trade options on SPY versus SPX? I'm not going to publicly trade SPX just because I'm here for the community. And most people cannot trade SPX. So, hey, a little bit of red forming here, coming to the bottom of this range. So, I'll be sticking with the 425 calls, and I'll be waiting for the bounce off this range. If we did come out, we popped through the 34 EMA on the 3-minute chart. If we pop through it on the 5, that's going to get hairy. So, let's take a look for the VIX. VIX's base is starting to increase. Something to be careful about. K is finally dropping. If Qs follow suit and the SPY follow suits, this could get hairy. So just be careful. I'll be watching here. If we bounce, calls. If we fall, puts. That POC on the 5-minute is just right under the morning range. Let's do it, Eddie. Got stopped out in the last 3 trades. $14% on June 11th, 423 puts. Good job, Luke P. Nicely done. 14%er. Lasers says, sorry for the noob question, but what are you looking to do as you look at this chart? Well, I think I just answered that question without reading your question. So let me know if that doesn't answer. How do you feel about hike and ashy candles? I've never used them. However, I get that question often enough where I'm going to start researching them. I get that question at least once a day, and I've never used them, so... Yeah, Corey, that could be bad. Somebody bought a $10 million block of GME calls yesterday. Watched it happen live. Well, that person's got bigger huevos than me. Qs get rejected at critical resistance 340.29. Let's take a look. So the Qs are right at VWAP 5-minute chart. Broke through the ADMA and downtrending. Let's see what happens. XLK. We're currently at the 34 on the XLK. That's a tough one. Eddie, that tells me that you need to tighten up your entry points. If you have good exit qualities by setting stops and being disciplined, and you're still getting stepped out quickly and often, you're not focusing on your entries enough. So if you're a little more patient, I think we can clear that up. I don't know if you're a Patreon member or not because the names are different in Discord than here, but shoot me a DM, see if we could focus on figuring out what's going on. One of the benefits, by the way, of being a Patreon member is that you get a one-on-one consulting with me, just to have those conversations. So one of the many qualities of the attributes of being a Patreon member. What are all the new blue dots in TradingView? That is our morning and afternoon ranges. Right now, the yellow dots in the afternoon will be blue dots, but it automatically sets our ranges without me having to draw them. SPY right on the 5-minute chart, touching the 34 EMA, heading downward to the bottom of the morning range. That's right, Nathan. You're right. Uh-oh, broke through the 34. What's Qs doing? Qs are starting to roll too. Approaching the 21. XLK, SPY. All right, this is a crucial moment right here. All right, so let's just be aware. Let's be aware. I'm going to set a line here just so we're aware. Let's set this to a different color. Let's set this to, I don't know, pink. All right, pink line, that's the pre-market lows. We haven't touched this since the 8th, which was 2 days ago. So pre-market lows is right here. I just want to be aware of that just in case we pop through the low of the session range. I like to be aware of my surroundings. Watch your 6. Yes, we are, Dominic. Rude Dog. All right, Rude Dog. Good stuff, man. Headed to the session low. AMA is just crossover. So right now, in my mind, I'm thinking bounce. That's what I'm going to be thinking. And obviously, you want to wait for confirmatory action. 3-minute chart here. I'll be watching the 3-minute. That's what the 1-minute looks like for those pondering your existence on the 1-minute chart. Let's go to the 3 right here. Absolutely, Kodo, it can. The POC is a very, very big indicator for me. Volume at price, to me, arguably, is the most important indicator on my chart. Now, the longer the time frame, the stronger that indicator is to me. So if I come out to the 1 month and I see a massive point of control, let's go auto, see a massive point of control right here at 422.39, I know if this price comes down and approaches 422.39, there's going to be some manipulation. Whether it consolidates and breaks down or bounces off this and heads up, there's going to be something here. It's just too strong. The market has told me, buyers and sellers agree, there's an equilibrium right here at 422.39. And the longer the time frame, the longer that comes into play. So, Apple just broke below POC. See, this is the thing, man, Bob. I love this stuff. This is one of the reasons I love about this community, me as a trader. And I've brought y'all into my cross checks. Like the Discord, the YouTube Live, it's an indicator for me because it increases my market awareness. Because like people like Bob Lablaw just said Apple just broke below its POC. I didn't know that. Now I can come over to Apple. It did in fact break below the point of control. POC stands for point of control, Nick. So yeah, man, it's awesome stuff. You know, y'all are an indicator for me. I appreciate that. So for those gamers out there, the new season of Fortnite apparently just started up this week, and my kids are going nuts because they just got back from a vacation and now they have 2 days to relax because I've ran them over 30 miles of hiking in a few days. And now I told them they can play some Fortnite today. They're usually not too big on electronics during the day, and now they get to play some Fortnite. So, are we getting in? Almost, Cammy. I'm waiting for confirmation to bounce off this bottom. He's excited because we came home in my brand new NZXT computer case that's all fancy with the lights and the RBG Aura lights or all the boxes on my front porch. When he came home, he's like, oh, you're going to have one of those cool computers you can see in all the lights that I can play Fortnite on? Yes, I am, son. Yes, I am. They did earn it. My greatest indicator is hearing OM violently typing on his keyboard. It's like that meme of the cat, you know, the GIF where the cat's like slamming the keyboard. I don't know, Cammy. I will let you know in about 10 minutes. Granted, we're only getting a tiny window into your life, but it seems like you're a fun dad. I do try to be a fun dad. I do. My case is NZXT. Nice, Brandon. I like it. When I sign off here, I've got a lot of stuff I got to do too. I'm only going to be in a morning session today because I got to unpack. I got to help the wife do all the laundry, clean up the house, get things ready. Plus, I have to start unboxing all this crap from my system, and I have to trim up the garden. Man, it's amazing how much your garden can overgrow in 3 days, especially with all the rain we've been getting here. Got to do that. I got to start turning out another video. I got to post the podcast video, answer a lot of questions for DMs. I've got like 1 billion DMs that I have to answer about Patreon members. I have to finish the Excel budgeting tool that's custom for the Patreon. So if you want an awesome custom budgeting tool, join the Patreon because I'm very proud of this one. Even before I became this quote-unquote OM character, I was highly considering selling this Excel budgeting tool. So be on the lookout for that. All right. 3-minute chart busting right below the morning session ranges. Uh-oh. Things are getting hairy. Things are getting hairy. Where's that bottle in there? Because it's getting hairy in here. What part of the country am I in? I don't know. You tell me. What part of the country am I in right now? I'm in the southeast. You sound like my past. In my prior service, I am current service. Coco, Chocolin. Broke rain lines to the south. That is right. QQQ. All right. So now, what am I looking for? What am I thinking? Confirmatory price action. CPA, baby, and not the kind that wears pencil protectors or whatever. Confirmatory price action to the downside. Big red candle right below the southern range. Congrats to anyone holding puts. The VIX, what's VIX doing? VIX is bottomed out, starting to increase. All right, so do we get engulfed? Does this get bought up and rebound? This is the point I'm looking at. That's funny, MMA. That's funny. I would never publicly trade AMC. Even if I did like trading AMC or meme stocks, I would never publicly trade it because it's a good day to get smoked. Bull Bear Rider said he was in Tennessee and Nashville and Knoxville last week to visit my son. Cool. Yeah, Knoxville's a great place. What CPA wears a pocket protector? I was a CPA at one point. I did not wear a pocket protector, so... Seattle area. Beautiful. Big red candle here. All right. How is this going to play? How is this going to play? Somebody posted the cat gif in the Discord room. That's funny. Man, big red candle. All right. Qs are finally settling off. SPY may follow suit here. And I've got my puts dialed up. So the VIX, this is the hard part about this. So the VIX is sold off big and we bottomed out. We're finally curling up here. If the VIX pops up to here, we're going to have a lot more downside to the SPY. And that's what I'm looking for. By the way, good job, Cammy. Hope you're still holding those puts. Hope you're still holding those puts. Oh, you didn't? I thought you got puts. My bad. Yeah, I'm going to hang on to the 425s, Corey, because if we do get a bounce, I think we'll have no problem coming up there. So... why do they call them meme stocks? Because of Wall Street bets. Take a look at my latest video. It was more of a soapbox video for me, more than educational, but yeah. I want to take the IV on these babies too. Sold my 0 DTE. Wow. Wow. All right, so right here, we're broke by the bottom of the range. We got this little bitty candle here that's flipping back and forth between red and green. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Retired Army here. Nice, nice. See, I work closely with the Army. I'm in the Air Force, obviously, but I work closely with the Army. Good job, BHE. 17% of puts in the break of the AM range. Nicely done. So the greatest indicator you can have is the market itself. So look around. Instead of focusing purely on the lines, XLK is about to give up all of its gains. Q is heading that way. It kind of looks like Half Dome here in Yosemite, the Half Dome indicator. Coming down to the ranges. XLF starting to find a base here. VIX increasing. Looks like it's about to go exponential. And SPY bottoms out again. All right, so I'm close to puts here. I'm going to dial up my puts, changing over to puts. Might have a little more downside here. I'm going to switch to the 420s because we're already down here. We're already down to the 422 area. Holy smokes. Big old red candles forming here. All right, the June 14th 420 puts are currently trading at 97 cents a piece. 97 cents a piece. So we're on the 5-minute chart. We're below the point of control, below the ranges. All the EMAs are starting to cross to the downside. VWAP is crossing over, firing on the squeeze momentum. Everything is looking bearish at the moment. Just be patient. Just be patient. Just be patient. What's but OM? I don't know what that means. All right, Qs are coming down. Still above their range. The XLK just broke through the bottom of their range. Are your videos more suited for complete committers? I'm trying to suit them to beginners. At least the content that I'm putting out now. As I roll out more stuff, there'll be various levels of expertise. Like when I do the theta videos, I'm not going to be tailored that towards beginners because I don't think the beginners need to be trading theta. I think you need to learn the market before you start trading that kind of stuff. So I'll be waiting. Let's buy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so I'm close to taking puts here. I'm just waiting on confirmation here. So the VIX, I'm taking in the VIX here. I'm taking in the QQQ, and I want to see how things plays out. Obviously, I've been on the sidelines for 3 or 4 days. I'm not aware of live market conditions, so I'm just waiting for confirmation. I'm going to be a little more conservative today than usual. But with the VIX the way to look and the way it is, if it continues to increase, this thing is going to come down at least and touch the pre-market lows, and that's the big thing here. So if this breaks down, I'll take puts and I'll look for the point of control here at the 421.70 and try to squeeze out a 5, 10, 20%er. So I'm ready for some puts, and I'm close. Currently trading at 97 cents a piece. And I'm watching Qs. Qs are still breaking down. The 5-minute chart about to cross the 8 and 20 or the 8 and 21. The downside pinch. 5 levels of difficulty explaining a concept related to your strategy. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. I do, Lewis. Yeah, that's Luis. That's a strategy. That's more. That goes into like the confirmatory price action for sure, for sure. MMA. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Thanks for hearing. I've tried to, do my market research and look at other live streamers. And there was one guy that's very popular. I think they're out of Canada, and they're just super over the top, like screaming and jumping up and down. Yeah, we're gonna do this. That's like it's a way high energy. It's like holy smokes! As I'm yapping, big old red candle. Okay. Stand by. All right, I'm in at 108. Let me post this play real quick. I'm in at 108 here on the June 14th, 420 puts. So this is heavy downside, heavy volume here. Let me post this in the room. So there's not much support down here. Hold on, let me post this before I start yapping my gums. June 14th, 420 puts, entry 108. This is obviously lagged, so just be careful. All right, so we got this big downside here. There's not much support under here except down at the Q's got the POC, so it's got a little bit left to fall here, which I think it could take it down. So we'll see. Yep, I switched to 420. Let's switch to 420. So yeah, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. So right now, SPY, like I said, XLK is down below their ranges. Q is coming down. I think they've got down to their bottom range, and they've got their pre-market of 334.70. And SPY, of course, got this massive bid right when I enter. Good stuff. But there's not much support under here. That's why on the 5-minute chart, the next thing you've got is down here at the PM range. Nice snaps. Good job. Nice. Yeah, good job. Yeah, so I'm waiting for confirmation there. And the VIX. The VIX is starting to uptrend here. That's the thing. We've bottomed out. We're starting to uptrend on the VIX. The QQQ coming down. Got this green candle here, but not quite to the bottom of the ranges yet. Might be time for a bounce to VWAP, possibly. What VWAP do you like the most? Right now, I'm testing out this VWAP here because I couldn't find one I necessarily like. So, SPY right there. So, all right, the 5-minute chart here, we got this big volume right there. The VIX. All right, so the VIX reversed on me, so I picked like the exact wrong time to buy that position, it looks like. But yeah, just watching here, QQQ got this big green right here. XLK. Green candle right there. I want to take a look at the VIX again. All right, the red candle on the VIX. So that thing is currently right there. Currently trading at 95 cents each on these puts. So, all right, so here's the confirmation here. So we've broke through the bottom of the range. We formed session lows. Big red candles here. VIX, it was rolling over. Why or not does that green chart scare you? Because there's a lot of selling volume here. And there's no support. There's no real support here. I'm not too concerned about this volume node here. And so I think we come down. I mean, this is one green candle after a lot of selling volume. We broke through the session lows. And big old green engulfing candles is down, down, down. And now the next support, I think, will come down on the pre-market lows where we bounced off of. And that's what I'm looking for. Nice, Chris. Nice, Chris. All right, VIX. Always take, yep. Always building it. Yeah, that's right. Let's go to the 5. Let's go to the VIX right here. Little green forming right there, so that helps with anxiety. What does? Oh, yeah. What will make you change your mind on this play? You know, if I see a strong buying sentiment come into play, the VIX is starting to increase. If I see, you know, a complete reversal in the VIX or in the QQQ, then yeah, obviously we'll close it out. But right now here, I'm following the session ranges, and that's what I'm looking for confirmatory action. You don't want to buy the first red candle because you could bounce and come back up. So I want to wait for confirmatory action, and that's what we got. And when I saw this thing breaking down, There's a lot of selling volume coming into play here. The Qs, same thing, coming down. The VIX is starting to increase, so things are telling me things are going to start to go down. And the next step is the pre-market lows, which is 420.54, way down here. So there's still some more downside. I'm not too concerned about this real quick right now. And now that's how I'm going to play it. I took my play, and that's what I'm going to roll with. So. And now we're just waiting. Now we're just waiting. VIX right here. All right, VIX right here, still uptrending right here. 8 is crossing through the 21. What's the current play? I'm currently taking puts. The 420. Yep, June 4th, 420 puts. Yeah, that's going to be one of them. Sector play. Yeah, sectors information. Yeah, a lot of people are asking about the XLFs and Ks and stuff, so that's what I'll be looking at to do a video on one of those. So one of the many videos will be coming out. Oh, yeah, you're right. So where did my, let's see, let's go back to this one. Come down here. Here we're going to change this to 420. $108. There we go. Yeah, glad you like that. Glad you like that. Yeah, I'm trying to release a lot of educational stuff as I can, so people can learn what I've learned and what other people are teaching. It's a good resource. That's my take on things. There's a billion educational videos out there, but usually they're trying to sell you something, or the guy's talking too fast, or missing over some stuff, or I'm just trying to get people to learn the right thing. Got in at 114. So I'm watching this 34 here, and I'm not going to bag hold these like last time. So if this does reverse on me, I'll close them out and flip to see. What I'm thinking here is as we approach this range, that's going to be the strength where I'm looking at. So I'll close them out and switch to calls if we do come back in the range, because that's if we come back in that range, that's one key indicator here. So what's the name of the guy for the VWAP? Let me get through this here and I'll take a look. I'll take a look for you. So currently on the POC right here, on the right here. You're about one bar behind me. Huh. All right, XLK is diving again. The Q's right here. Got another red volume Von Cullen in here and the SPY. So let's just see how this plays out. Maybe I shouldn't do this more. I was always losing money. Well, no, that's not, let's just tighten it up, There's money to be made, stuff to be learned. No. Lasers, So you're watching the stock till it hits either 420 or put option for 424 for call option. No, I'm just playing these to maximize my delta. That's all. Yeah, because if you remember, John. Well, I don't know how long you've been with the community, but when I first started, I got stopped out like 3 times in a row, and on 10%, and all those positions went on to become very profitable. So if I would have held them, so I transitioned my stop to 15%, and it's worked out very well. It's allowed the stock to breathe and still making me a lot of money. So, I adjusted my stops after that happened. I was tired of getting stopped out at 10% because you got to let the stock price breathe. You got to let it breathe. You're never going to be right all the time right off the bat. So how much delay are you real time? My live stream is about 3 to 4 seconds normally. So all right, let's take a look around here, see what's going on. Nice. Good entry. Big old candle, y'all. Y'all crazy. Yep, I agree, Al Howe. Yep. So this buy here, people bought, it bounced off the bottom there. Currently, the 8 and 21 and 30, or the 34 is on the bottom. 8 and 24 are downtrending here. Some strength coming in here with the Qs, XLK right here. And I was just kind of feeling out where this goes here. Now I'm watching the bottom of the session range right now. Y'all miss y'all crazy. Yeah. What would you have to see to have confidence that this will drop some more? Some selling. So I'm watching the bottom of this range right now. So we came down, we popped through here with vigor, and I bought, I don't know, right about here. And it came off this point of control, expecting more downside. So we'll see. There's a lot of questions here. Let me see. All right, SPY is climbing right here. All right, I'm going to give this another few seconds and I'm closing this thing out if it doesn't reverse on me. I'm not going to hold the bag like last week. All right, how do you define what resistance support has been broken? Is out the line been right? It all depends on volume. Like I'm looking where the volume is, depending on the format and like the historical volume and then current day's volume to figure out where those at. All right, so the Q's right now currently at the 8 and 21 right here on the 34 on the 5-minute chart. I'm watching that. XLK down here right at the bottom. Just watching. I agree, Flame Right. I agree. So this is this decision point right here, 5 minute. We're currently on the 8 EMA here on the 5 minute chart, right at the point of control. The buyer stepped in and bounced this thing right back up after a whole morning of weakness. And see where we're going. I was anticipating this thing falling after confirming through the bottom of the range. I was anticipating this falling back down to the pre-market lows of the 420.50. Currently on the 8 EMA here, and this will be the decision point here. I don't want it. If this thing climbs back into the range, then that'll confirm a range day, and then we'll come up here and play this range as opposed. And if it comes back in the range, I'll switch to calls if we get back in here and play this to the top of the range. But I want to see how this interacts right here before I close these puts, because this is what I was playing. And if it's wrong, it's wrong, but I just want to wait to see how this plays outside of the range here. Yep, yeah, there's no volume right now. See, look at this. Look at this. Right here. I mean, this is dying volume. VIX. See, it's still selling off here. That's what's concerning for me for this position. So. Low volume, well, you got to look for a pop. So when you see a pop on low volume, it's just any kind of movement on low volume is easily manipulated when volume does come into play. So you just got to be careful. So this right here is what I'm watching. This is right here what I'm watching. Close that out. Don't want that. Close that. Get that out of the way. Just kind of clean up my charts here. All right, so I'm waiting about another minute or so. If I don't see a reversal here, if we pop through this 8, then I'll close the position and we'll reevaluate. But this strength is what I'd not like. I don't like this strength here, so. But we'll see. I want to let this thing move. If you take losses all the time, then you're never going to allow the thing to reverse. All right, so the XLK here is currently rebounding off the bottom K of the QQQ right here. And the SPY getting this little bounce. Getting this little bounce. We're right on the EMA on the 5-minute chart. VIX is falling. And we're just waiting right here. Right here. Decision point. Decision point. Don't do it, OM. No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting right here. Gotta let things breathe. Gotta let things breathe. switch to the 3-minute right here. So yeah, we've got this tightening formation here, and obviously, yeah, I don't trade patterns, but we've got this tightening formation here. We got the decreasing volume, and I just want, if I'm going to exit this position, I want to do it under confirmation. Same way with entry, and we're currently at the bottom of the range here. We popped through the range, and with momentum, pop through the point of control. So I don't see much strength. I don't want to sell on this just because it's down a little bit and then price just dumps. So I want to let this thing breathe a little bit, see where this goes, and go from there. Do you have your extended hours on, Preston? There's a 1-minute chart right at the bottom of the range. Let's go to the 3. Delete. Right there. Not for me. Okay. Yeah, you're funny. Yeah, it's the thing, Juan. Yeah, it's right now the volume died off of this huge selling volume, and it bought back up. And we're right here at the bottom of the range. If it crosses in the range, I'll close this position. And see where we go from there. So, yeah. Let's go to the 5. All right, so we're hovering it right here. Let's go to the 3, let's go to the 5, right at the bottom of the range. So diamond, nope, no such thing as diamond hands. Just waiting for confirmatory price action. I recommend turning your extended hours on. Extended hours on. That's how you get the full volume of the market. I don't know that one. I've never done TOS, Thinkorswim. So I use TradingView, which is down here at the bottom right. Click on this, turn it on or off right here. That's just part of it. OM is so calm. My hands are sweaty. It's just part of it, you know. You can't let yourself get emotional on wins or losses. That's the thing. You're gonna have losses. You're gonna have wins. You could follow your system and still lose, and that's part of it. And if you let yourself get all emotional on wins or losses, then you're never gonna make it in this game. You're gonna stress yourself out. So it is what it is. If you're in a situation where you're holding and believe price will go down, is selling and buying at the lower option price better? I wouldn't look at it like that. I look at it as confirm, price action. I'm waiting for the market to tell me what to do. And this is that situation here where it's low volume. You bought this weakness on low volume buy. We're at the bottom of the range here. If we reject the range, and we're going to come lower. If we enter back in the range and start increasing and start crossing over the 821s, obviously it's bullish, and I'll close the position. You got to let the chart tell you what to do, and that's how you're able to stay calm. You trust your system because you let the market tell you what to do. And as long as you have a consistent system, then you're always going to rely on it. Sometimes it goes wrong. Most of the time it goes good. That's all there is to it. All right, all right. All right, so Qs are currently higher here. SPY is right at this range here. So I'm about ready to close this position, and I'll move on. See if we can take some calls. If this edges back into the range, I'll expect this to maybe test the top. We'll see. But we will see. We're currently at the 8 and 21, 3 or 4 are all starting to converge. We're right at the bottom of this range here. Right at the bottom of the range. I've never seen somebody use so many indicators. What do you mean? I have less indicators than most people I know. So I don't know who you're following, but I've got EMAs, which is 1, VWAP is 2, volume profile, and squeeze momentum. So that's 4 indicators. So I don't know who you're looking at. All right, Q's right here. All right, I'm closing 63. And I'm out of that crap. Terrible position. Terrible position. All right, so now I'm watching to see how this thing comes into this range here. Now that we've gone in here, if I see confirmation of the bottom, then we'll look at calls, taking this thing back up. So the XLK is getting a bounce. The Qs are up here, and now we're just waiting. Yeah, it's rusty. Yeah. Well, got to ease into things. You just got to ease into things. And unfortunately, that went against me the second I hit buy button. Like literally, it was buy green candle. So, just unfortunate, but it is what it is. I play my position, and we'll go from there. So now we're back into the ranges. We broke through point of control, and I took that position. I think I took it like right here, and immediately was bought up. So, back into the ranges. We'll see what it goes. We're back inside the ranges. Back inside the ranges. So we are above VWAP. We are above all the EMAs. The 8 and got the Italian pinch. 8 and the 21 starting to increase to the upside. I'll be here for about another 30 minutes, and I'll be logging off. Got a lot of stuff to do. Got a lot of questions and DMs I got to answer. Send out some merchandise. So I'll be off here in about 30 minutes. Where can I find the OM starter pack? I would start out on my YouTube videos. Start on my YouTube videos. A lot of good content for educational, basically on the starter points on my system. And yeah, just take a look there. Let me know if you got any questions. All right. No, I removed the RSA because it wasn't accurate. It constantly gave me false indications, so I took the RSA out of it. On long purchases, like when I start swinging trades again, absolutely. But for short term buys, I got false indications all the time on the RSI. We'll see. We'll see how it acts right here at the bottom of the range. All right, so Q is right in the middle of their range. XLK, very interesting price action here. XLK bounced off the bottom of their range and heading up. SPY right at the bottom of theirs. So yeah, I go for anywhere from 0.3 to 0.4 delta. Sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little lower. It depends on my risk assessment of that particular day. Yeah, Moonlight, I mean, it all depends. That right here, we're back in the range, but you want to wait for confirmation here. The 8 and 21 all crossing upwards. I'd like to get across to the 21. Everything curled up here. The VIX falling off a cliff here. So definitely things look bullish here. And I'll close to take calls here. I'm close to it. I just want to make sure that things go up higher and we don't just touch the range and reject back down. Because remember, we still did pop the bottom of this range. So, oh yeah, thanks. There you go. And we'll take that off. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, for sure. Anthony coming out with a Patreon subscription. Thank you very much, Anthony. Joshua, Rick, Carlo, Mark, Dave, JMB Enterprises, Donald, a lot of them, Nick, all of them, just like a ton of people coming in to support the community. Thank you very much. I love this support, man. It's awesome. It's humbling. It's humbling that people want to learn this much. I've definitely identified a need because people are usually joining these Reddit communities and they're getting fed a bunch of crap, a bunch of lies. People never lose. Invest in GameStop, all this crap, and that's not true. It's just not true. So it's awesome that people have they want to learn actually the real way to trade, conservative way that can last you not long term, that can last the years, decades. So you can still be doing this when you're 50 years old, and not telling your kids, "Hey, remember I used to dabble in the market and I lost my butt." So, all right, so we got all the EMAs currently sandwiched in right here, right here. Uptrending, the VIX is falling off hard after a little pop, and the Q is setting up right in the middle of the range. The Russian squeeze, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you are. Yeah, there isn't much strength at all. After this morning punch, there's not much going on. So, thanks, MMA. Yeah, I don't trade any of that nonsense. Man, super low volume, boring stuff. Just this putting about. Had this big selling volume, tried to catch the point of control break here, and bounced down to pre-market sessions, and then immediately got bought up. So, yeah, Ben, I'd place the decimal point in between the 3 and the 1 there, and then I would say that's more accurate. But yeah. No, it's just the institutional investors haven't stepped in to SPY. That's all. Everything you're seeing is retail buying. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to take out my Ricky Henderson card. All right, so the EMAs are currently uptrending right now, about to cross over. Price action's on the upside. All right, so it's above VWAP. It's above all the indicators. Everything's uptrending here. QQ, right in the middle. XLK, right there. What's up, kitten? Just bumped into my station, checking to see what we're teaching. We're teaching patience, responsibility, all that stuff. So, it's basically waiting on your entry points. Make sure you form your thesis and stick to it. That's all. Yep, volume. That's the big one. Big one. If you look at block orders, that's the big one. That's one of the parts of doing your research and looking at like pre-market action or pre-market analysis, I should say. You look at the block volume because that's going to tell you where the institutional volume, not this little pitty stuff that's manipulated low volume. When you see big blocks like multi-million dollars, $300 million orders, stuff like that, that's where you're going to see where the institutional buyers are going to start to step in. But this little pitty-patty stuff here, like it's just there's like no one's buying this stuff. It's all retail buying. And that's what you're seeing. AMC's down from $70 down to $44. What is GameStop at? Not wrong one. Down to $258. Man, we popped up to $343 again. Are you kidding me? And down to $258. And then back to SPY. What's up, David? David says, identifying that I don't have a group chat. I'm looking for established groups to join and share. Well, we're getting pretty established. We've been here, 2 months now? We're up to almost 6,000 people on the Discord. So growing slowly but surely. And we're all about learning. All about learning. All right, so the Qs is right in the middle of their range. Ks, same as well, right here. I'll just be careful with this. Like no part of this says raging one way or the other. So the pop was sold off, the dip was bought up, right in the middle of the range here, right? The SPY is at the bottom of the range, Qs in the middle of the range, and just waiting right here. EMAs are crossing, but there's no volume. All right, so right in the range here, got this little red forming. Pitter patter stuff. Yeah, it's a funny day when calls and puts both look bad. So you just got to be careful on days like this. You got to be careful. It's you get this huge euphoric buying early, and then you get this and this. So it means it's easily manipulated nick. So we've got this low volume. Any kind of fluctuation one way or the other, and a slight increase in volume or selling volume or buying volume, it changes that squeeze momo. So yeah, we've been up and down, and right now we're at the bottom of the range. You got this red here stuck at the bottom, and we're just waiting. Big red candle forming here on the 5-minute chart. All right, so watching right here. Well, that's the thing. Someone said, all right, Joe Work says, looking at the one-day chart, SPY is a slowly bullish market. Would it be a good to buy a 2-month call option on SPY? Here's the thing. This is the less bullish we've been in 15 months. If you look at the 1-year chart, look at this. Let's auto this. I'm going to turn off the ranges for a second. It's a good question. Let's take a look. So this is the 1-year chart. And move this down here. We've had this crazy bullish action. And this right here was Corona, down. And we've had this crazy bullish action, up, up, up. We had a few dips, but all the way up, for the most part, it's upward. And then, back in April, we've kind of leveled off here. We've increased a little bit, so 420. On April 19th, we're 420, and now we're at 425. So we've had this strong consolidation for April 20th. So ask yourself, are we really still in this crazy bullish market? I mean, time will tell. This will be a very telling month. But right now, we're still trading sideways. So you got to be careful trading long-term calls until we find our feet again. We obviously have some crazy volatility with GameStop. And whatever your feelings are, y'all know I hate GameStop. I think they're incredibly overvalued by 1,000%, 2,000%. But I have to admit that they are changing the way the market plays. The fact that they were up at 358 again last week, it's absolutely insane. But it's changing the way the market acts. We're in crazy times right now. You've got monetary policy. You've got the meme stocks. You've got the crazy dog coin that's going crazy. And you got to look at the market itself. Like the volume has been non-existent for weeks now on the SPY. We've been trading in this little $5, $10 range for weeks now, for 2 months. Since we topped out at April 16th, we were right here at 420. And now we're finally hitting new all-time highs the past few days. So we're not really in a crazy bullish market anymore. And until we get that momentum to carry upward, you got to be careful playing long-term calls. And this is exactly why I'm not holding anything overnight right now. So look out. Look out to the longer time frames, the 1 year, 6 month, 3 months, and look at these trends, because everyone still thinks we're in a bullish market, which we are in a bullish market, but it's not as aggressive as it has been for the past 15 months. And that's what you want to look at. We're still uptrending, yes. But one little insight, one little hint of inflation or of asset rolls, and we're going down. So you got to be careful. You and me both. You and me both. I mean, there was a time that you could just blindly buy calls and make money, hold them for 2 or 3 days, and make money. Those days are pretty much over, at least for now, until we find a new direction. If we continue onward and upward, cool. But all right, back inside the ranges, bounce off the bottom of the range here. You're welcome, job work. Look at the delta. The deltas can be used as a unofficial probability of win. So if you look at an outside the money call and look at the delta, and the delta is 35, you could say that you've got a 35% chance that call is going to expire in the money. Well, Preston, you got to look at the monetary policy. That's the thing. Everything ties into monetary policy. Every time you realize why we go green, why does bad news make the market act positively, is because any kind of negative news reinforces monetary policy. Yeah, for sure, Josh. Yeah. Yep, volume. I'm going to change my name to Java because that's how I feel when I come to your sessions. Well, I'm glad you're learning something. I'm glad you're learning. That's right, Preston. That's exactly right. Yes, Mike, there is. So Mike asks, is there a benefit to trading 0 to 7 DTE options as opposed to 21 to 30 day TTS? Yes. It all depends on your level of, your tolerance for risk, I should say, and your tolerance for price fluctuations. So let's take this morning's play, for example, that went against me. If you were to take a 30 DT, a 1 month option, you wouldn't lose that much. And I can, let's take a look at the deltas here. It's all about maximizing price fluctuations. That's all I'm trying to balance. So let's take a 1 month, which is July. Let's take a July 9th. On the 425s, calls. Or let's take it the 420 put, same thing. So the implied volatility on those is, where's it at? 9%, which is low. 78's a delta, which is on a $4 premium. Let's do calculator. Don't need that. So it's 19%. You would have had a 19% move as opposed to, a 38% move? So the longer you get in that longer out DT you get, the less delta you're going to have, the less move in price you're going to have. So a little less volatility. That's all it is. Your balanced volatility. How much longer am I staying on? About another 5 minutes. I'm going to get off here at 12 o'clock Eastern. Just so I've got a lot to do. I got to catch up from DMs and messages. I've got a billion DMs I got to answer, and I've got to help out the Patreon, man. They've reached out and they've asked a lot of questions. I got to reach out to them, help them. I got to post a podcast, do a lot of stuff, man. Plus, I've got my computer setup I got to build. The quicker I get this stupid computer built, the quicker I could do a lot more content for y'all. Because right now I'm limited by this stupid computer I've got. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited where this is going. I'm excited for the growth and helping people. Just turn out educational content, man. I wish I could build your PC. Yeah, where you at? What's the podcast? The podcast is, I've created this, I've called it Making Millionaires, and it's going to be an all-inclusive podcast. It's going to include everything financial. It's going to be everything financial. So everything from personal finance, from budgeting, debt management, investing, how I got into investing, a lot about me, behind the stuff, fun stuff, professional stuff. I'm going to have experts on from the Discord to talk about their area of expertise, just everything. So it's going to be pretty much all inclusive. Y'all could, it's basically going to be based around our community. So you can listen to our community stuff we talk about, all that stuff like that. So, and that'll be posted in the Patreon. I'm going to release it every Thursday. So the second episode will be coming out today. So good stuff. Yeah, another chip sorted. So it looks like I got my graphics card just in time. Just in time. All right. I got the AMD 9, Ryzen 9. AMD crew. Jawa. Like it. The graphics card, I got the 3070 12 core, I think it was. I'm not too well versed in this stuff, so I could have completely butchered that. Let me see. Yeah, the GeForce RTX 3070 is what I got. All right, so right now the SPY is currently bounced off the range here and heading up. It looks like a bullish chart, but the volume is so low, I'm not even going to touch it. It's just easily manipulated. Qs are still increasing pretty heavily. XLK got a big bounce and increasing. It will. You're right. You're right, Chief. It will. I'll take a look, Bill Bear Rider. Take a look. Yeah, so if you do want to be a part of that podcast, go over and join the Discord or the Patreon, and you'll get access to that, man. Hey, you got another Patreon. Speaking of which, another subscriber, Lee. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. Lehi. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Moonlight says, "Where on earth did you find a GPU?" I had a buddy who generously he signed up for a waiting list for GeForce a long time ago, and he finally got notification that he got selected to get one of those cards or get one of those. So he offered. He knew I needed one, and he said I was going to what I wanted. I was like, absolutely. So I bought it, and that was the last piece of the pie. That was the last thing I needed to build a computer because like people were saying, don't even bother trying because you're not going to be able to buy. You're not going to be able to find one. And we finally found one, building the computer. So. How much for the Patreon? We have a couple of different levels. All 3 tiers get you in for the podcast, and then the various different levels get different attributes. So I'll post a link here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Howard's on it. There you go. There you go. Here, I will actually post one of my behind the scenes photos right now on the Patreon room. There you go. Hey, I can invite you to the clubhouse. What does that mean? That's right, Cammy. That's right. Fastest fingers in the West. Nicely done. Thanks, Bob. Blah blah. Yeah. So that is on top of Taft Point. It overlooks the entire valley. That's right, Howard. That's why I'm not touching this, because low volume can be easily manipulated. Easily manipulated. Thanks, Howard. Why do you think SP was on a bullish trend? Tech seems to be going red. Well, right now, yeah. So right now, tech right now has got a little red right here, but it's still increasing. Like the EMAs are still stacked. It's still bouncing off the EMA. And let's go to the 5. So look at the 5. That's where you're going to see your real trend is. It's still bouncing cleanly off the 8 uptrending. So I don't see any sign of reversal. Although, I think it's going to come back down a little. I just don't see very much strength here. But I'm just looking at the chart here. So good job. 9%. I love it. What's your Discord number? I assume you mean the link, the invite link? I'll just beat Howard to it. He's on his game, but I'm sure I don't want to make him do all the work, you know. There you go. That's a good idea, hombre. It's a good idea. Yeah, I like it. I'll do that. All right, it is 11 o'clock my time. It's starting to fizzle out in volume here. I'm going to sign off here, but I'll be keeping an eye on the Discord. Any questions, comments, concerns, if you are a Patreon member, you can always at me at any time in the Patreon general room, and I'll be happy to answer your question expeditiously. So if you are new to the channel, please head over to the Discord and join. I just posted a link. Me and Howard both joined the link here in the YouTube chat, so go take a look at that. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe so you can learn a lot as much as you can. So a lot of great resources here, a lot of great people that are willing to help and very generous with their time and resources. And then, of course, you got the Instagram options.millionaire. Other than that, it is currently 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern time. Got about 4 hours until the market closes. Let's make the best of it. Let's be careful. Right now, it's kind of a nasty, nasty action with this low volume, but we'll keep an eye on it. I'll be monitoring the Discord. If you have any questions, shoot them at me, or you can throw me a DM. I've got a lot. I'll be sitting here for about an hour answering as many DMs as I can. I've got hundreds of DMs I've got to answer over the long vacation. So I'll be around. I'll be doing a lot of work to make y'all a better product and coming around. Anyway, if you got any questions, shoot at me. I am Options Millionaire. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. So I don't think I'll be doing an afternoon session. I've just got too much to do. I want to get caught up so I can hit the day strong tomorrow. And then you get really up to speed so next week we can hit it all out of the park. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, everybody. MMA, everyone who supported, who threw a super chat, and who joined the Patreon today. I really appreciate the support. Let's keep it rolling. And I'll see y'all later. All right, y'all. I am out of here. See ya.